What's up, everybody? What's up? Wake up, wake up, wake up. Get your head out the sand. It's another beautiful day. It's Thursday, June 14th, 2018. It's 100 degrees out here. Woo! Man, we've been having 100 degrees since May, man. We ain't had the rain we need. You know, Q said something about FF, weather FF. You know, a lot of people were saying it's weather false flag. And then we had some hurricanes out in the Gulf and in the Pacific, you know, tropical storms turning into hurricanes that was brewing. And I was thinking maybe the FF was for flash flood. It could be either or. It could be a combination of both. Because false flag, yeah, man, because this heat is unprecedented. We breaking records, man. And then the rain, the drought that we had in the rain, hurricanes, it's too early for hurricane season. That doesn't start until what? July, August, September, somewhere around there? Yeah, so this could be HARP in effect. You know, weather wars, along with the trade wars, along with the currency wars. And who really run this, man? You know, so we had the president met with Kim Jong-un and met with the G7. Him and Kim signed something, you know, which would seem like a good thing. Some type of peace thing. And the president, like, immediately said he wanted to, he's going to stop. Now, this is one of the reasons why I'm doing this video. Because the president came out with a press briefing, soon after the little meeting or whatever they had. And he said, he told Kim Jong-un, we're going to stop the war games, but the sanctions will remain. He came out and said that. The next day, soon after, General Mattis, supposed to be a part of the president's cabinet, came out and said, you know, he told Kim Jong-un, he was talking to Kim Jong-un, he wasn't talking to the media or, you know, or to the president, but he overrode what the president said. His words actually overrode what the president said. The war games will continue. Now, really, who run this? I mean, is it the military-industrial complex we've been hearing about ever since President Kennedy? Does Trump really run his own military? Does he really run the Pentagon? Or did they choose him after all? Do they run him? Does the deep state, the New World Order, still tell us, you know, where these wars are going to be? Because Trump tells us, you know, he want to get our military out of South Korea. He want to get us out of Syria. And every time he says stuff like that, some people that's supposed to be beneath him, under him, subordinate to him, work for him, come out and say something opposite. You know what I mean? So who really run this? See? I mean, Trump can only do so much, man. So now, Trump, Alex Jones played the video of a commercial that was shown to Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea. And it basically showed him the potential that North Korea had, the vast resources of wealth that's you know, potentially locked up there if they built like tourism and amusement parks and all kind of, and they're trying to win them over to the public side, to the capitalist side, right? Now, I also have sources that say after Trump met with Kim, he also, different sources differ on this, either he met with Russia, or he met with China, or he met with both of them. Now that's serious, because basically that's saying that it's possible that Trump is getting played, that the little fat kid could still be up to, and Russia may be in on it, and China may be in on it. I know Trump's not stupid. Trump is trying to befriend Xi. He's trying to befriend Putin. I mean, really, he's trying to calm this thing down. He doesn't want to see a World War III. But like he said before he started all this stuff with North Korea, before all the threats and things, he was like, peace by strength. So the only way to have peace is to be strong enough to go to war and win, to where people would prefer to have peace with you instead of going to war, because they know the damage that they could take on, because you're such a beast, so powerful, so mighty, that they probably could lose more than they can gain by going to war. So it's better to just be diplomatic. Let's talk about it. And with that said, I got a few more things to talk about, man. So I'm going to be all over the place here. World War III is not on hold. It's not on hold. I was on Steve Quayle's site, stevequayle.com, and it's almost like an aggregate site where he just posts different articles from different places. It's a lot of people expecting a false flag attack. Some other meetings was going on at the same time Trump was over there meeting. Oh yeah, man, they planning something, man. So don't be surprised if it's a false flag attack. I noticed that my internet services went down twice in the last 3-4 days. See, if the blackout happens, how are you going to get the news? You think you're going to hear it on CNN? You're going to hear it on the mainstream media? Lamestream media? No, you're not going to hear it. You think you're going to hear it from Joe Blow down the street? He can't tell you what's happening now. He can't even tell you what QAnon is, or who he is, or what it is. You see what I'm saying? They don't know what's going on. Yeah, so if there's a blackout of the internet, the goose is cooked. We're in for it, guys. So now here's the chess move, right? Let your next move be your best move. The play is for North Korea. Now, even though Kim Jong-un is a puppet, he has slippers count. So we're going to try to win him over, right? We're going to try to do all kind of, fatten up. We're going to fatten up the fatted calf. We ain't going to kill the fatted calf yet, but we're going to fatten it up. The golden goose. We're going to give him everything he asked for, but we still are not going to let our guard down, saying just because he said I'm going to disarm, because we know it could be a trick. Until we can verify it, and really until we can make some money off this country. Because even if you build amusement parks and drill for oil or whatever you think is there, hey, the U.S. want to have a hand in that. We want to build the infrastructure. We have companies and even the government. We want to partner with you guys, and basically we want to run it. We want to control it. So President Trump had made that speech saying that, we're going to stop the war drills, because it used to be annual, then it became like quarterly, then it became like monthly. It was getting close to attack, may still be, but South Korea was kind of offended, because they were like, you didn't even tell us that you had made this decision, man, and you just gonna say that. But General Madison came down and reversed that decision. Who run it? Who really run it? So that's interesting. So now China, because North Korea is literally attached to China. It's on their border. And South Korea is attached to North Korea. So there's not going to be any in-betweens. You remember how the Berlin was divided in half by the wall? And you had the east on one side, the west on one side. And it was like one side was communist and one side was basically capitalist. There was no we're going to meet in between. When the wall came down, what happened? They was going to go one way or the other. And it's a vacuum. There's all kind of forces working behind the scenes. You have politicians and other groups from around the world, intelligence agencies, other militaries, and NGOs, non-governmental organizations, even underground warlords, gangs and mafias and stuff. Everybody want the money, man. Everybody want control. Everybody want the power. Everybody want to look out for their future, right? For their posterity. So they're making plans. And so now we see that, I'm just touching on a lot of tough subjects. So North Korea and South Korea. The South Koreans are so happy that they don't have to fear for their lives. I mean, you have this terrible guy, these terrible people who are really kin to you. The Koreans were one, until the Korean War. It was one Korea, now it's split. But these are your family, your cousins and uncles and brothers and third, fourth, fifth, sixth cousins down the line. But they're brainwashed under a certain ideology, and they have this guy who was mass producing weapons and doing. North Korea made their money illegally, in the streets, in other words, how they would say. They sold weapons, they sold drugs, sold guns, they sold technology, they steal different things, hacking, you name it, they did it. Underground, black market. Because of the sanctions, man. The black market thrives when the legitimate ways to make money are cut off. So now that the door is opening, the gate is opening, well, I think Kim Jong-un may have a little leverage. He may talk to Russia and tell them some of the things that Trump said. He might even lie a little bit just to get more leverage. Might go to Xi Jinping in China, do the same thing. Might even lie a little bit, get more leverage. And see, throw the deal around, see what you can do for me. Well, this is what Trump said he could do for me. What can you do for me? Can you match this deal? Can you beat this deal? Because he said he want to do business with me. I'm buying my oil from y'all, but he said he gonna sell it to me half price. What can you do for me? You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of things that's going on, and we just really have to be prayerful, because between now and June 2019, man, we up for some serious stuff. And not only that, right? Because this is the 10th year of the business cycle. There's, the business cycle has never been beat, never. So the crash is definitely happening this year, and I'm calling September. I've already done that on previous videos. You can go watch it, watch them, because it always happens in the third or fourth quarter. So there's so much going on, and that's another reason why all these meetings, along with Bill Burr, all the other meetings that just went on. Go watch my last video or last videos. I'll explain all this. And we're in a bad place here in America. We're in bad shape, because of over half of us have our heads in the sand and don't want to see what's going on, but can't recognize, can't understand it. And part of it is by design, because I just got through talking to someone, and we're talking about the kid, her son, who's 14, is breaking up with his girlfriend. The girlfriend had some type of nervous breakdown. She's on antidepressant, the medicines, the SSRIs, and her mom is calling his mom saying, don't let them break up or something. Come on, they're kids. Parents shouldn't be involved in that. They aren't married anyway. They don't have not guaranteed 20 years or whatever. I'm gonna be with you the rest of my life. That's not the deal here. The deal is, we just dating, and if we like each other, we're gonna be around until we decide to get serious. If we decide to get serious. And it said the girl has real bad anxiety, and she's supposed to have been having that type of anxiety since she was 5 years old or something like that. Yep, since she was 5 years old. And it just so happened that I had watched a documentary earlier today, this morning, saying that anxiety is up like 90-something% in the U.S. And they named the date. It went back to the early 2000s, somewhere after, between like 2002, 2004. And the main reason was due to the smartphones. When the smartphone became popularized and social media. Most kids are now, they're calling them, instead of millennials, these ones are called the I kids or something like that. Their whole life is, their entire life is the internet. These are the kids who sit next to each other. Instead of turning to them and turning to him or her and talking, they get on the phone and text them right next to each other. And they have really high anxiety, and they're in overwhelming numbers on the drugs, on the SSRIs, to calm the nerves. And these are the ones when you try to wean them off of the drugs, because most of the drugs are opiates. Come on, man. What happens when somebody's on heroin, which is the main ingredient in heroin, opium, which comes from Afghanistan, which is something else. Okay? And if that's the only thing that you blaming it on them, they want somebody getting it into the country. Pharmaceutical companies get it, prescribe it to. I think that's the only thing they prescribe now. Oh, I can't sleep. Here, take this. Oh, I got a back ache. Here, take this. Oh, something wrong. Here, take this. It's only two things you're going to get prescriptions for these days. Either they're giving you an antibiotic, which is supposed to cure everything, and it doesn't. Or they're going to give you you lost me? You missed me? And we're back. Yeah, so the doctors and the pharmaceuticals, the pharmacy, they're going to take the dope man customers. Nobody wants to. Like Bob Marley said, herb is a plant. They don't want to smoke no herb. Send you to the moon. Leeway to do the things that they want to do, but overall, the plans that Albert Pike made are still on track. Nobody's been able to stop it. The Illuminati card game plans are still on track. PNAC, Project for New American Century, all these little organizations, man, that I can name up, supposed to be secret organizations, all the plans they've been making for the last 200 plus years are still in order, still on go. It just might change on the order in which it takes place may have stopped, but other than that, it's still doing what it's doing. You know what I mean? It's still doing it. Yeah, I need to get him. He's been speeding. All right. Yeah. So on another note, right? We're getting now. So I know you've heard of the universal basic income, and I'm glad, man. I thank y'all for joining me. I'm glad I can be. If you haven't heard of these things, that I can be the one to, put you on game, to get you an understanding of where we're going with it. So their plans, because I've been studying this stuff forever. People call me crazy. Conspiracy theorists, kook, all the stuff I've been saying. And it just so happened, man, around Christmas time. No, it was last Thanksgiving. Yeah, it was after Thanksgiving. No, sorry, it was Christmas, New Year's, man. Christmas, New Year's. Finally, I had been telling people something for 15 years about weather manipulation. Actually, it was my brother. He came out and admitted He said, man. Well, actually, he didn't even admit it. It was my dad. I had talked to my dad a few months before that, and he was like, man, guess what, man? He said, my brother called him, and they was talking, and my brother told him that he read somewhere that they can manipulate the weather. And he just looked at me and like, what you think about that? I was almost emotionless when I told him. It's old technology. And he was upset. He looked at me. You believe that? Yeah. It's old technology. I said, if you look on the government websites, on the United States government, Texas website, they claim they can do it. A guy named Tesla originally came up with it. He was born in the 1800s. Yeah, so, a lot of governments claim they have this ability to do it. You see, this weather's getting stranger and stranger. And he was just flabbergasted. And this conversation came up during that holiday time, I brought it up so I could boast. I had to boast a little bit, man. After being called kook, crazy, and conspiracy theorist for so long, it came up and I told a story and I was like, yeah, I didn't tell my dad that. When my brother told him that, I had told my brother that 10 years, at least 10 years prior to that. That's how long ago I knew about it. And I got to give credit, to be honest with you, the first time I heard about something like that was from Alex Jones. And I said, man, and Alex Jones was like, if you don't believe me, look it up. Well, I said, okay, I did. He was right. And I've been doing a lot of research on a lot of other stuff ever since. So, yeah, be careful. When you call somebody a kook or conspiracy theorist, usually when people do that, it's to hide the truth. You see what I'm saying? If they say, if some like Dr. Sebi, they started coming out calling him a kook and a conspiracy theorist. But he went ahead and let him, take him to jail. He made some outlandish claim, take me to jail. When he went to court, he proved it. But why that's not public knowledge? Yeah, most people would think World War III could never happen. You're right. And it's happening right now. Gas is going up, food is going up, energy is going up. Everything is, we just waiting on the bombs to drop. See, before war starts, it's a lot of backroom deals being made. Different leaders go to people and be like, hey man, we thinking about this. We're not going to bother you, or you're going to get something. It's all about the money. So every country, we might be able to pry Russia away from China if it's something in it for them. Every country we deal with, whatever we're going to do, tell them what's in it for them. And if it's going to benefit them in their country, it's going to grease their hands and their pockets, help them survive, yeah, they'll throw somebody else up under the bus or let something happen or maybe even participate. And allies turn to enemies. Backstabbing goes on. During World War II, Russia and Germany were allies. But Germany backstabbed Russia, and Russia came on our side. You see? And they don't tell you that. You never would have thought that, Russia was part of the allies, the U.S. allies, after Germany tried to attack them. So that's what happens. So I'm just, talking about a lot of things here. But on to another note. World War III is going to happen. Be prepared. It's going to happen before June 2019. It's going to be a bunch of false flags, a lot of things to happen. It's going to be so much that happens that you're going to forget. Like I just heard today that it was some fact that something happened a year ago today, but it seemed like it was 2 or 3 years ago because it's moving so fast. Stuff is moving so fast now. Like, man, that was a year ago. It seemed like it was every day something new is happening. It's hard to keep up. But on another note, I like to thank everybody who watches me, everybody who subscribed and hit the like button. I see I got a like already. Thank you for that. And I got good news. So I was talking about the universal basic income, which is where when AI takes over, and they know this, the people know this, the elites know that there's nothing man can do. Computer can do everything. They say faster, cheaper, more efficient, better. So the universal basic income is where they actually pay humans to stay at home and play video games or just do what you want to do. Just don't come outside. We got this. We're going to give you enough for food. And that's it. A lot of people are like, yay, that's the life. No, it's like welfare. So then they decide at that point who lives and who dies. UBI, Universal Basic Income, that is in discussion right now. So anything, whatever job you do, just think about it. Whether it's construction or whether you build computers or whether you write computer programs, computers can do it. Robots can do it. Humans now are going to be obsolete. We don't know it that yet. They know it. They're already making plans, contingency plans on what to do when we announce to the humans that you're obsolete. We don't need you for anything but making babies. And now they're making it to where if they get your semen from a man, they can put it in this machine and make the baby. Sounds crazy. Yes, they have a sex bot that can gather semen out of a man and artificially go through the process and basically make like a clone. If they get the woman egg, they can do the same thing. human is obsolete. The man is obsolete. So that's why they're gonna cut the numbers all the way down. That's why the Georgia Guidestone says 500 million on the whole planet. When there's over 7 billion people here now. You have to subtract 6.5 billion to get there with a B. See? That's major, major news. So what I'm gonna do, I want to start doing this more. I'm gonna hit you more often. So I'm gonna challenge you because I actually got correspondence from YouTube. I checked. I'm eligible now to monetize. Yeah, I have. I've just been doing this because I love doing it. I like doing it. It's been therapy for me. This has really helped me. Helped me get rid of my ghetto PTSD. I'm not a. I wouldn't say I'm not friendly, but we already talked about that. Where I'm from, it's really not good to be called friendly, but I'm very friendly. I'm just not that talkative, but I'm getting over that now. I have to. So this has been therapy. I'm gonna do more hard-hitting videos. I brought out some equipment. I might build my own YouTube studio. But back to the monetization. They said all I'm lacking now. I'm shy of subscribers. They said you need at least 1,000 subs. We're gonna get there. I don't doubt that. And I need more hours watched. That's not a problem because my videos are being watched. The numbers are going up. The length of time that people watch is going up. And I'm gonna do some more stuff that, yeah, you're gonna watch this. Everybody's gonna want to see what I got to say, Lord willing. But sub, please share, like, and tell everybody we're trying to get to 1,000 subs ASAP. And I got some more information to be getting to you. We're going to talk about the end times, the Antichrist, the rapture, the non-rapture, the resurrection, both resurrections, the World War III. I also found this out just looking at my analytics. When I talk about war, stuff like that, it's almost all male viewers, almost 100%. When I talk about God and things like that, it's more females. I even get more female subscribers. It's less males. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about relationships. I want to talk about, because the women think just because they're a woman, that's good enough. Just because they were born and they have all the female parts, that's not enough. That's not enough. It's something you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Just because you were born, you're not a dog. Just you have to meet certain quality standards. You see what I'm saying? Quality control. If you don't meet that, you're not going to be acceptable to different men of different calibers and statuses. You're only going to be able to, serve certain needs to certain men. And that's men who will even allow you to do that. Some of them won't even want you for that. You know what Beyond Babbitt, this is your host, Brian Anthony, over and out.